Hey there, this is Peacekeeperalex of the Psychic Wargamers. This is going to be the Psychic Wargamers stream number 37. This is going to be the Psychic Wargamers Total War 3 Kingdoms Yellow Turban Rebellion Let's Play number 26. Let's carry on where we left off with the campaign. My main spirit guide's current information in regards to smart education, etc. guides takes precedence in regards to the Psychic Wargamers and the Psychic Gamers, the way main spirit guides indicated. I am a psychic medium. I do discern spirits in multiple capacities, and sometimes I open channel throughout some of the content that I do, and sometimes I talk about spiritual things throughout. Right now, though, we are about to battle He and Kongrong. Well, no, we're going to battle He and Kongrong. Actually, I'm going to be battling Kongrong as He. Deploying 3,188 against 2,889. As you can see here, I could run the army comp down when we have it deployed, or I could just run down right now. I usually don't do that. I don't know. I can try it out right now, actually. So we've got some Yellow Turban Warriors on my side, some Peasant Warriors. You got another 2 Archer units, Yellow Turban Warriors and Peasant Archers. Yellow Turban Horsemen. We also got more Yellow Turban Warriors, the 2 units, Sacred Garden Watch. They are those, those bladed. You got those little small round shields. We also got another 4 archery units and another 4 Yellow Turban Warriors. So pretty much the backbone of the Yellow Turban Rebellion, to be true. A light sword infantry. We're gonna be taking on Kongrong here, who's got, I count there to be 6 bowmen. They also have some horseback. They got 3 units of cav. They also have some spearmen as well, 4 units, one of them halberd, giant militia. And they also have a couple swordsman units as well too, or is it just the one? Queensong Marines. No, they did go to a couple units, yeah, and also Lankai swordsmen. Yeah, so it's going to predict a valiant defeat, but I think we're going to have a either a Pyrrhic victory or decisive, so let's start battling. Okay, so we're starting off in here in a little forest to the north, and they're in a bit of a walled settlement here. It's snowy, but it's not snow. It is snow-capped, but there is not a bad weather system going on right now. It's clear weather. So we're gonna see what we can do here. Send my archers in there to get them firing, going away here. I'm gonna have to apologize. I do have a cold right now. I don't mean to offend, so I'm a little bit of a lower voice. Lower octave gonna have to work with.
Our men have been discovered.
So as we march through this forest, so one of the things I'd love to actually know about this game is how the trees react in regards to some of the battles unfolding. I mean, as a psychic medium, I've come to know that there is life within trees, that they potentially, in other dimensional, are maybe living similar lives to what we live. And maybe not, but, there is always that sort of theory that, hey, maybe in other dimensional, for some of us, we look like trees or something like that, in regards to other selves and things of that nature. And I know some people are like, oh, but, what is the life of a tree? I'm like, I don't think it's as scary as what some think, but, when you think of it from a certain perspective, I think it could, to a certain degree. And I am setting my archers out just like, they're just entering this little clearing and getting fired upon here. I don't know what they're trying to head towards. What we're going to do is we're going to try and aim them towards sending enemy units and try and move my melee infantry forward. Get going, get out there. You damn warriors, get in this. You can see that my archers are sort of taking the brunt of the archer fire right now, to a certain degree.
Our
And one of the things I think you would look at maybe historically, because I think this is a bit of a historic epic. I mean, I know that there is some feng shui and some embellishment, but I think that there is a bit of an emphasis, specifically in regards to certain kinds of Total War games, in regards to the historics. You can see here that the enemy is getting pelted by arrow fire. They're getting hit fairly hard. These guys, by the time they get there, they're going to be lacking the strength they need, but they got a lot of units coming forward, so it's not going to be too much of a problem. You can see they're already venturing forth right outside their gated area. You can see we're going to slam right into them. Multiple units are clashing, surrounding the enemy as they venture forth from this fort, and we're trying to squeeze them. I'm going to send my archery fire right towards that center on them, so that's going to be really, really well. But my archer units are they're hit hard. They lost a lot of health. A couple units really only got a handful of units left. See a lot of different archer fire on my friendlies to a certain extent, and enemy generals in the mix as well too. So with that being said, historicals in regards to this game, one of the things I think we would look at is what is the interaction in regards to trees, specifically in regards to human battles, physical Earth-based human battles. What exactly has it been? Has it been a mixed bag? Is it, something that's more are they within the battle, or do they stay away from it? I mean, and we're getting slammed here. The balance of power is, I don't know. It might be shifting. I was scared there for a moment. I'm going to send my generals in just in case, because that's how I feel about it. I'm getting hit hard here to a certain degree.
Steel yourselves. Prepare. Axe the ready.
We're going to slow it down here. It's a little bit choppy. Slow it down. It's going to look much better. So we are pushing through. The spirit says the trees have been in the mix at times in regards to certain battles, but for a decent portion of it, they're sort of safeguarded in a certain manner. Whoa. And, in the game itself, do the trees have a certain kind of spiritual aspect? Because there is spiritual gameplay in regards to some of the physical games that we play, and I think that there is spiritual gameplay in regards to Total War 3 Kingdoms. What is the interaction? Well, there's different movements, different spiritual in regards to trees. Some of it's classical in regards to what trees are in the spiritual, but there is modifications and other kinds in which reflect something different. In regards to some of the gameplay, potentially more than just modifications, depending on what we're talking about. So that's Open Channeling Spirit saying that. Yeah, trees are. They have the height. That is for certain. They got height. That is true. Yeah. Interestingly enough. Some trees. Well, it's an interesting perspective, though, on some of the smaller trees, I suppose. And of course, if we're going to go back to the battle here, look at trees. Nothing wrong with that. They're awesome. Okay, so you can see a fire starting here over to the walled settlement to a certain degree, and we are getting shellacked. My units are definitely losing in a certain sense here, and really. We're getting some duels going. Get one of those in there, and if we could just move some of these archer units, and maybe try and do a bit of a sidewinder here, even bring some of these troops over to the left. Maybe we could change our stars in this battle, because we are somewhat losing. You can see here we got 1,300 to 2,100, and I don't know if it's going to change too much. Our general is in a certain kind of battle right now. He did just to engage a certain kind of duel, and he's going to win. But right now, it's not looking too pretty for us, because you can see on one side there's still they still have that bump right before being able to enter that gated area, so we haven't really moved them too much. You can see some archers here going at it off to the side, the left flank. And the walls of the settlement are just still burning down. You can see it's sort of extending all the way to the east area. I believe that is east, yep. Finally burning down another archer tower. Both archer towers are, I think, are down. No, just the one. Just the one on the left side. Yeah, so I wondered about it. And that it is amazing to sort of wonder what that sort of changes the flora and even the fauna. I mean, that would be interesting to see if they would put some certain kind of... See, right there, so that's a horse, to a certain degree. What about the horses in battles, too? I mean, that's a good one to sort of ask as well. Well, they had the jump on this one, that's for certain. You can see here, we're still in a bunched up sort of interaction right in the front gate. Right off to the left, there's multiple archers fighting. And I'm trying to maneuver just ever so slowly certain units to attack from behind. Which is working. I ended up getting a yellow turban warrior unit to attack from behind, which is, you can see here, just starting to work. But I don't know if we're going to be able to get past this. You can see multiple units. A lot of my units here, low health. A lot of yellow on the ground. Trying to move past this blue wave. A lot of light blue uniforms. Still in slow motion. We're going to speed it up here a bit.
Look, the enemy run. Craven!
See that general battle still happening right in the thick of things, right on the enemy side. And they're still not budging on this corridor. In fact, they made more of a push outwards to be true. Still that yellow turban warrior unit in the back of it doing that rear charge. And still got multiple archer units here doing its thing. Trying to hold off the enemy archers. Really good battles happening. A lot of enemy archers here not making the grade in defending themselves. You can see a lot more blue on the ground. They seem to be losing against peasant archers nonetheless. Shame. To a certain degree. Uh-oh, one of our generals is fleeing. Not good.
The time has come.
Not good at all.
Attend. Charge! Destroy them.
See the enemy general if we just try and get him.
Enemy general is fallen.
Enemy general has fallen.
Faster! Swords! Unleash fury! Strike!
We're still getting hit by archer units too. One last archer unit still doing the deed.
Make ready! Stand ready! Ha! You cannot beat me!
Shut up and die!
To attention! Do not relent! Our men flee the battlefield!
Yeah, we are getting pushed off this battlefield
Attend, swordsmen!
ever so slowly, and we're doing one last charge here to try and give them the devil's due. My archers seem finally to have met their match here over the left flank. They are getting surrounded, just holding off, giving our troops here enough time to try and give some more damage.
Our men are running! The spineless cowards!
You can see some of my men here retreating. Still that group of yellow turban soldiers over right behind. And they did do damage. You can see a lot of blue. A lot of blue. Way more blue than yellow. Over to right behind that main enemy line. Has just been stellar all game.
Blades ready! Destroy them!
The balance of power never really shifted much throughout this game. We brought them down to about almost 1,000. Almost half, yeah, about 1,400 right now. I'm wondering if we're going to be able to make 1,000. I don't know.
Ready! Our warriors run! Craven dogs!
And that general battle is still going on as the remnants of our troops here getting trampled a bit. They came out and started charging towards.
Swordsmen ready!
Yeah.
Stand ready! The enemy warriors are running! Ha! Show no mercy!
One last charge here.
At the
And
ready!
that general battle's going right down to the wire. Look at this. He's coming back. He may win this. Couple key moves here. And Gong Li might win against Huai Zong. Maybe. See the enemy a lot. And we're fighting right down to the wire here. I was really hoping.
Take heed, warriors! Go, go, go! Do not relent! Our comrade falls!
Oh no, our general, he lost that battle. He lost that battle. Unbelievable. That was really true.
Prepare!
And
Strike them down! Make ready! To attention!
see here the last remainder, and a lot of these units are fighting right down to the last man on our side and putting a decent
The
dent.
enemy unit flees! What coward!
You can see the archer battle has subsided.
The time has come!
A lot of archers falling here at the beginning of the game as well.
Our men are running. The spineless coward. At the ready.
The remainder of our force is driven away. We got one last general, but I think I'm going to send him away. Tell him to withdraw. I lose another general amongst this rabble. I'm going to quick fast forward here. They're not able to breach the settlement. Made quite a dent. We did almost get to 1,000. 1145 to be true. Close.
A unit has been completely destroyed.
I'm actually going to try and take out the enemy general. Nah, we'll just withdraw. I was going to. And you can see here the amount of battle in this front gate area, this front entrance to this fort is just blue and yellow. You can see flags planted on the ground. Men have fallen. Of course, a tree right off to the side here. And it looks to be the bowmen's credit to a certain extent. They got about 1,000, 1,200 kills, 1,300, 1,400 kills in total. And that really did hit us hard. So that was not what we wanted to have happen in Shangyong Pass yet again. Now, this dang area seemed to have such a problematic in getting through. Two of our generals did survive that, Hang Tian and Kuihua. But we will be able to respond, and I think that we will be able to attack. And he's just out of reach.
Resist corruption and endure hardships. With purpose.
As you can see, another 3 armies coming through. I'm going to try and retreat these guys back to Shangyong, the small city. And this last remainder, this weapon craftsman settlement it's been a while in trying to take this. We finally were able to capture the small city. Once we take this, they only got one remaining settlement, and that's way off to the north, which we're finally getting there to a certain degree.
Steel for battle.
And wait a second, Kongrong is looking a lot stronger than we thought here. He has another 3 settlements over here. So maybe we're going to retreat backwards. I don't know. I think we're going to retreat these armies backwards at least. That's the better route, I think. This is over near to the east. We have 4 armies near here. And for a while there, I wasn't too worried about it. We got Pencheng and Langyi, these settlements, right near Liu Bei territory, those that we're at war with here. We're at war with Liu Bei and also Kongrong. And we're also at war with Dongmin currently, because I did take a look at that. I thought it was a decent... You can see Gongdu, the battle that they've been fighting, my ally. He has been winning. He's been beating Dongmin well, not all dang day, but for a while there I thought Dongmin was going to emerge victorious.
Not possible.
Since we don't need to worry about this anymore, I think we're going to send some extra armies over to Chen. Because we did kick Yuan Shu out of our territory. Well, that's true.
Keep moving against winters and
Well, it's certain kind of talk like that in regards to, you know, what exactly does the setting, how does it play a part in regards to some of the gameplay pertaining to Total War 3 Kingdoms. I mean, we talked about, like, the trees, things like that. I mean, is there any sort of specific, like, campaign movement difficulties? And what's some of the gameplay in regards to campaign movement? We talked about, like, sort of different kinds of gameplays being attached to other kind of gameplay. Like, imagine you do a certain kind of, let's say here, diplomacy. So if I go over here, and let's say I try to trade something to Gongdu. Let's see, go to trade ancillaries. Imagine that I trade a piece of armor, Tunic of Divination, and we're going to try and trade it for Warrior's Reinforced Leather. I think that's what we're going to go for. Yeah. And imagine that there's a certain kind of spirit in regards to this Tunic of Divination that's like, no, we are not getting rid of this. This is not what's going to happen. And you see a certain kind of conflict in spiritual gameplay take place. Let's see if we can trade this. We can. We would get this deal in a certain sense, in a certain manner, and there would be a certain kind of spiritual battle that potentially takes place regarding it. Let's proceed.
from such small specks grow tall trees.
Very good. So there's probably like a machinism in regards to some of the other dimensional in regards to ourselves, and the spirits in regards to ourselves, where you'd see maybe a certain kind of battle that they could fight take place in regards to like the Battle of Tunic of Divination, pertaining to the negotiations in regards to Higi and Gongdu. But it probably doesn't look like that at all. It probably looks like, you know, Battle of, you know, whatever it looks like. I mean, that's probably the real truth. You can see the spiritual motivation in regards to some of the warfare that happens and takes place in the, well, in this sort of gameplay in this universe and what we're playing, at least in regards to Total War 3 Kingdoms. I mean, what's some of the motivation in regards to declaring war? If I go to my diplomacy page, if I declare war in regards to, you know, Zhangyan, is there a spiritual motivation that potentially takes place in the regards to spiritual gameplay itself? I mean, within real world, we'd see spiritual motivation and influencing happen in regards to certain kind of negotiations and diplomacy, as well as declarations of war. What are some of the storylines that take place in regards to that, and how does that affect certain kinds of things? And it's one of those things where you could see certain kind of motivation already take place in regards to some of the gameplay. And there could be multiple kinds of storyline creation behind the scenes in the spirit to a certain degree regarding that. I mean, they even said that, you know, I think some of the spirit even said that when we're playing some of those battles that there's a storyline in regards to some of the troops on the field. And we see one guy get cut down, that there might be an entire storyline in regards to it. There might be certain kind of writings regarding it. And yeah, I mean, one of the scary things about it is some of the realism regarding, but also some of the reality surrounding some of it, which, you know, might be more close to home than, you know, than what some think in a certain manner regarding some of it. You know, there is that sort of thing where there is a certain kind of spiritual gameplay that's, you know, some would look at and say that is not necessarily what we consider gameplay to be. Anyway, it's another discussion for another time. Alright, fine. We're going to end turn. We can see here, He Yi and Liu Bei, and they are attacking, so it looks like we have a predicted close victory. We can see 2 units of Yi marksmen on enemy side here. You can also see Archer Militia, so 3 units of archers. You can see got some Peasant Band, 2 units, some Jai Militia, so 3 units Spearmen. Yeah, it looks to be, as well as Xu Veterans, making it 4. We also have some Blade Infantry. You got some Nanzong Infantry, 2 units. You got some Saber Militia, 2 units. Oh, that make that 3 units. That's and 4 units. That's 6 units of Blade Infantry. Oh shoot! And I'm just gonna skip my side. We'll run down here in a bit. Again, 6 units Yellow Turban Warriors, 4 units Peasant Spearmen, 2 units of Yellow Turban Spearmen, as well as another 6 units of archers. So that's what we're rocking. I think they're Men of the Forest, maybe. Might be. Men of the Forest. I like it might be. Oh, I'm wondering if it is. Let's find out. Men of the Forest! It was Men of the Forest. That is correct. Alright, 6 units. So it says we'll be able to win this. Let's see. Let's find out. Well, that would be why. I don't know why. I'll put the generals in one selection here. I usually do that too often. Alright, then fine. It can be potent just sending your generals straight at the enemy and doing damage. I wonder how much how disruptive that is. We're gonna go here, go peasant spearmen. Yeah, on the left flank. That's what we're gonna do. Put the other spearmen on the right flank. We don't have any horsemen to really speak about, so. We do have archers though, so what do we want to hit here with the archers? Maybe they're archers, that might be a good one. I'm sending my generals forth here to disrupt them. You can see under a hail of arrow fire, they venture forth up this hill and just slam right into the enemy. Right at the halberds. The more difficult to fight on horseback, interestingly enough. We're going to just start disrupting that enemy. I'm going to start moving forward, but it seems like a lot of the enemy just kind of ignored that movement. Basically, the flanks moved forward for the enemy. And as the spearmen on my side try to catch up to the flanks, sadly, Mounted Saber Militia has struck some of the Yellow Turban Warrior units. This one spearman off to the left flank just fucking going wildly off to the one side. Alright. Yeah, that's what it is. Well, that is it. That was the case. I'm going to send our archer fire here towards these 4 units that are surrounding my generals. And making a big deal out of nothing. Or, for sake, alrighty then. Pretty much. That's what we'd say. Fucking. Well, that would be correct. So we're gonna flank these mofos. We're gonna go to the left here and just try to attack them. We got a grouping of units here. We got some spearmen, some peasant warriors as well too. Nansong infantry, spear guards. Yeah, we just did a wide collection. Try and take on these Yellow Turban warriors. Right off to the left, we got some peasant spearmen as well. Finally hitting that saber militia, and I'm gonna meet their match. And you can see a huge amount of archer fire. Look at this. These guys are getting wrecked. That is what that is. One of our generals has fallen, though. Not good. Not what we wanted to see here. So that maneuver decent, but one of our generals has fallen, so we're going to retreat backwards. Not good. Not what we wanted to see there. So that was a bit of an error on my end. Bit reckless. I did not mean to upset. That is correct. Well, I didn't realize his health was that low currently to a certain degree. 2 bunches two bunched up, yeah, to the left flank and right flank. Enemies surrounded over on the left flank, and way off to the right flank, another engagement happening too. Enemy spearmen surrounded by 2 of my units. Not doing too well there. Our archers really superb, really hitting home. You can see the enemy trying to walk down that mountain, that hill, sorry, that hill, to try and join their brethren that are surrounded here. The left flank, they're going to hit here, our peasant band. The enemy hits the buff. Hits the buff. It seems to be we're the ones that are kind of getting surrounded here on the right flank. I'm going to do a certain kind of maneuver here with my spearmen, kind of march them forth to try and draw the attention of this spearman unit, to try and send forth this blade light sword infantry to swoop around right next door to this other engagement that's happening, because the enemy seems to be slightly winning it. If I attack them from behind, they won't be anymore. You can see my bowmen still working their magic to a certain extent. Oh, but over off to the left flank, one of our units here retreating,
Fire upon them.
even though we have the numbers.
Make ready. Conscripts. Swordsmen, ready. To attention. Double time. Fight. Militia. To battle. Swords drawn. Blades ready. Peasantry. March at the double. The men have no ammunition. Draw your weapons. Charge!
We are trying to make a bold move here, trying to break through. Because once we break through, there we go. There's a bunch of units over off the left flank here. Getting surrounded. And that maneuver seems to have worked off to the right flank.
Steel yourselves. Our men flee the
Whoa! And there goes the footage. Seems to be. Let me just boot her up again. And what we'll do is we'll delegate. There we go. We'll load the autosave.
War grows
Luckily it
bitter
did
and
autosave.
enduring between you and your enemy. If there is no end in sight, then the people will grow weary of the protracted conflict. A swift and decisive end to this matter may be in your best interest. Life is fleeting, as is victory. In these chaotic times, only the strongest can survive.
So let's take a look at this again. We're gonna end turn. And Lube will attack us like he did there, and this time we're gonna delegate. I didn't know, was Guan Yu in the mix there? Oh, he was. Okay. We ended up winning. We're gonna recruit. That's what we're gonna do. Kingdom of Wei. And Conrong is gathering, he's mustering force. Look at that. He put it all around that one city. So that will be decent. There we go. Finally, winter is over. We'll be joined alongside Kingdom of Song. Declared war towards you. Declared war declared Liu Bei and Yellow Turban Rebellion. Gongsun declared war on Liu Yu. Song formed a coalition with Zhang Jiang. Joined a war alongside Kingdom of Song. That's against Yellow Turban Rebellion. Yay, communal maintenance. So, The reforms. So we did unlock a bunch of buildings to a certain extent. What's this unit? Archery Masters. I will research this. Archer's Discipline. Is not heaven's reason truly like stretching a bow? The high it brings down, the lowly it lifts up. Those who have abundance, it depletes. Those who are deficient, it augments. Research. Archer's Discipline. Oh, I'm going to go with Peace. Yep, that's what we're going to choose. Action developments, Dongmin. New capital. This capital was probably taken. Not good for Dongmin.
For China.
We could see multiple armies here making a move. I want to take Dong, that would be good. But I think Pincheng retreating backwards would be the smarter move. We can recoup forces.
The goal is fixed.
I think that would be better. Although Guan Yu's right in reach, I should have probably taken him out. Would have been better. Would have been much better. So you can see me retreating sort of to the south, over to the east, in that east front there with Liu Bei and the Kingdom of Song, trying to take those guys out. Also sending a couple, I think one more army as well, over there. Going to keep another near Runin, right to the center. And you could see I would not want to be at war with Kingdom of Wei and Kingdom of Wu. Neither of them to be true, but I think they're both battling each other out right now. I think they're at war. And Kongrong has multiple armies here now. So look at this. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 armies. And also the settlement forces as well. So I don't know if I want to retreat backwards. If that would be the better move here. Or maybe try and wait. Set a trap.
Deflect with shield, cleave with sword. Remain honest.
We're going to try and encamp.
Set up the camp. For China.
We're going to send these guys backwards to Shangyang. So we're going to sit in this pass. And we're going to try and
be the sword. Will and body beg rest.
Try and allure a certain kind of
No.
response from Kongrong. Hopefully he tries to attack us. We've got 2 fresh armies there that should be able to help out. Even if they did attack with all 4 armies, we might be able to hold them back. If they attacked with all 5, now that would be interesting. We're going to do commanding shout here for Zhu Zuo. Zhu Di. We're going to do the same thing. That's what we're going to do. Zhu Di. Zhu Dai. We also have Guan Zhengjun. Or Zhengjin. Zhengjin. And we're going to do insight. Definitely 15% research rate. So that's going to help there. We do have a food deficit currently happening. We want to continue to try and build that food, those food resources. So we don't want to build any more city infrastructure. We want to go with trying to build more food. We already have some upgrades happening currently. So we want to increase some food production here. So we're going to go with a trading port. That's one of them. Go with farming. In some way, you cannot build. You can only construct one building at a time. Okay, not good. Alright, so I think we're going to have to leave it at that. I think next turn we get some more... I think we're going to get some more food, hopefully. So we've situated on both sides here. We're going to intern.
We are at a stalemate.
Some kind of stalemate. He wants to do a peace treaty. I think I want to do that. And if that's the case, maybe Kongrong we end up in a peace treaty with that. This might be. I don't know. This would be a peace treaty potentially with Kingdom of Song, Liu Bei, and Kongrong all at one time. And if it was just in regards to the Kingdom of Song, then I might do that. But it happens to be an alliance peace negotiation, which means I don't know if I want to be at peace with Kongrong. That's the one thing. I'm gonna have to reject this.
You reject our generosity?
Okay, Gongsun San requests Yuan Shu join their war. Wu signed a peace treaty with Xinjiang. Yuan Shu declared war on Kingdom of Wei. Oh. And Yuan Shu, so that's going to be interesting to see up there in the north. I'm going to see if we can get a peace treaty going with Kingdom of Song, because I don't know, I never really wanted to be at war with him. If we could just focus on Kongrong and even Liu Bei, that would be better.
What poisonous lies will you spit today?
And they are willing to do this, but it's an alliance. An alliance one. Liu Bei.
Glad
I
tidings.
can't do that.
What is it you want to
There is not an ability to do that because they are a vassal of Kingdom of Song, so I'd have to go with a peace treaty in regards to the entirety of that alliance, which is not what I want to do. I do not want to be doing that. And they seem to be moving.
China is people, not its oppressive warlords.
I shall not waver. No, it will be folly. Ready yourselves. I cannot. At ease.
Resist corruption and endure hardships.
Thrust with conviction and strike true. Moving as one.
So right in Shangyong Pass, we have 3 armies there, and Kongrong is sending his forces towards us.
Impossible.
4 armies. So we'll see if we'll be able to hold that off. Knowledge of the body, I think, is what we're going to choose here for Kui. Yuan Chang, the healer and advisor. And also Zhong Yulan. Wish there was one that increases food production. That would have been really cool. There might be. Ooh, knowledge of the spirit, plus 20 morale. True strength lies not in the mind or body, but within the spirit. You can see new general faces in some of the portraits as well, so I'm wondering if that was an update in regards to a radius total war mod, which I am utilizing. Yeah, there is. You are correct. Feng Zhao looks different. Xuji, multiple. Whoa. Wang Shao. The Elder. There was a case.
The mightiest tree
3 armies here getting full strength. I think we'll go on the defensive.
forward.
Try and maintain this defensive line.
How fare the people?
And we will leave 1 army right in Pengcheng farmland to be able to maneuver either to Pengcheng Temple or to Langye Regional City. Right in this sort of defensive line. And right up above in this mountainous area, you can see multiple enemy regions. Some from the Kingdom of Song, some from Liu Bei, and some from Kongrong. So, and we also have another army coming up here, trying to move to Chen. To be able to, we'll muster up some more forces and put that second army to use. I think I'm actually going to move some more armies as well to Shangyong Small City, because it seems to be needed to be true.
Moving out. Bring news of what occurred in my absence. We are at a stalemate. You insult us.
Food deficit is going down.
Speak quickly.
Master's leather. Orders reinforced. Let's go over here. Let's do the... Let's do the Master's leather. See what we can get. See, try and get some payment. A lot of infamy.
This more than meets my needs.
So 91. Hopefully that improves the trade relationship, because we could be trading with others right now, but I can't really, there's not much to trade with. And I'm wondering if we already have we must have a certain kind of trade partner here. Yeah. Kingdom of Wu. Cao Cao, funnily enough.
Poised to strike. Marching.
An impossible task.
Absolutely not. An unwise move. The path is clear.
So I'm wondering if they're going to take me a next turn here.
Remain pure.
It might be. It's a standoff in Shangyong Pass. We're going to see if that happens. And just as we're sending more units, another 2 armies, I almost wanted to send this army around. Might have been the better move.
Toward glory.
He is in Chen, so now we can recruit an extra retinue here. I think I'm going to go with the Huaizong retinue, because he already has one ready to go. It costs 2k.
There is cunning.
And now I should go through and see if I can get any more food production. And doesn't look like it would be able to do too much. We're gonna demolish that because we're not gonna need that too much. Weren't able to do too much in regards to getting some food. Just one area to be true. We still have a bit of a deficit going on. Public order issues. Okay, that's not good. We are situated defensively again. We're on the eastern front. And to the west, we're still in that high noon situation with Kongrong. He's got 4 armies right next to my 3 armies, so we're going to see if he attacks here.
It is time to reflect on events.
And he doesn't. He does not make a move. So that's giving me more time to maneuver a 4th army there. And also healing some of his army as well. There's a Kongrong joined war, so now he's also at war with Tangyan. And Song vassalized Lu Yu. And so that means he's at war with us. That's not good. Gongsun Zan signed a peace treaty. Yuan Shu signed a peace treaty. And Saint Jiang declared war on Kingdom of Wei. Okay. Archer's discipline. It's not heaven's reason truly, like stretching a bow. The high it brings down, the lowly it lifts up. Those who have abundance, it depletes. Those who are deficient, it augments. Brothers in arms, two brothers, their bonds forged in war and strengthened by strife, sit around a campfire in the dimming light of evening. They share tales of glory and memories of friends long gone. Their smiles are wistful and their thoughts bittersweet, but they are glad above all to have one another for support. Lu Yong and Feng Zhao.
Lift the peasants.
We're going to try and march this reinforcing army here to the west and get him to Pencheng quickly, because there is an approaching army happening. And I don't know why Gong Sun Zan is up in our grill.
Not today.
Do not break.
He's just kind of sitting right outside our settlement. And we are going to recruit some more. Po Tao. Po Tao. We're going to go with retinue already ready to go. Is that it? Peasant archers, peasant warriors, peasant spearmen, and peasant... and more peasant warriors. No, maybe something different here. Ziyan? No, we can't grab him. Currently on assignment. Multiple on assignment right now, so we can't grab somebody that we want here. Ah, there we go. Jai Xianzu. That's what we're going to grab. Confirm. And we'll try and raise up some more cavalry. Some cavalry in the mix here. And we do have public order that's fairly decent right now, so the food shortage isn't really hitting us too bad.
I hope all is well.
We do have some edicts and reforms to hit. I am looking for food. And that's pretty much what I want to do here. Unlocks buildings. Plus 30% from farming, 15 enlightenment, communal farming efforts. When the world possesses reason, racehorses are reserved for hauling dung. When the world is without reason, war horses are bred in the common. That is what we will research. Perfect, what we need. 2 turns, we'll be able to get more food. We still have a negative 36 deficit, and we still got a lot of coin, 27k. It is 212 autumn, and we have a lot of resources. Too bad we don't have too many people to trade it with. So it seems.
He's poised.
And I think I'm still going to leave
Cultivate patience.
these,
I cannot. I must refuse. Sprout ever upwards to heaven.
yeah, so we're going to leave those 3 there in that pass.
Nurture
And continue to move that 4th army onwards.
go back.
And I might shift direction here and go around. I think that might be the better bet.
Conserve spirit. Advancing.
So I'm going to shift these 2 armies here, Fang Xian and Ren Hui. And we're going to go right around this mountain, and we're going to try and attack Shangyang from the south. We're going to go through Badong, the city of, I think it's Sunsi, Kingdom of Wu. We're going to try and win. Over to the west of us, we got multiple armies here coming from Dong, a regional city in Iron Mine. No Kongrong forces to a certain extent, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if that's the case.
Advancing.
And I did just shore up Lang Yi because I do see 2 forces, Guan Yu and Feng Zhao, from Liu Bei heading towards us. We'll see if that happens. Let's again, just on the verge of certain battles here. And Liu Bei attacks us. Yeah, it's going to be a single battle here. Deployed 3,363 against 2,688. I'm rocking 4 peasant spearmen, 6 men of the forest, another 6 units of Yellow Turban warriors, and another 2 units of Yellow Turban spearmen on their side. They got some really cool units here. They got 3 units of Yi archers. They got some crossbowmen. They also have a couple spearmen units. Got about 6 units of spearmen, Xu veterans, Jai militia. So some of them's halberds, to be true. spear guards and also a peasant band. We also have some saber militia as well too. Another 6 units of sword infantry, Nanzong infantry, saber militia. Yeah. So start battle. He looks like a Raji. Roing Tsai. Almost looks Indian, to be true. Or even the sort of Mongolian Chinese to a certain degree. So here you can see the little lanterns floating up above. It is a bit of a night. It's dusk, I think. We're going to fast forward here till we see the enemy approach. There we go. There they are. So we're going to go straight after Guan Yu.
Justice at last will be served.
I will crush you for this insult.
Our comrade is under attack.
We're going to form up in multiple here. We're going to send forth our units. They are attacking. Left flank is going to hit us here. And also on the right flank as well, to be true. Right at about the same time. See all across this front, units clashing. Fierce battling here. Some spearmen taking on some blades.
The enemy unit flees. What cowards!
Some spearmen attacking each other. Right over right next door. And there's multiple arrows exchanging fire currently. I was able to get some of my men in formation. And we're going to send some peasant infantry and attack some of the enemy here from behind, kind of maneuver right around them. Yeah. Peasant infantry really did pack a punch. And interestingly, Guan Yu is still alive. I don't know how to be true. It seems to be. You can see Guan Yu fleeing here towards my troops as one of my generals, Zhu Dai, follows him. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Bit of friendly fire here from my bowmen. Yeah, the enemy seems a bit flat-footed here. Right to the left flank. 2 units furthest to the right here are surrounded. You can see that. The saber militia, Sioux veterans here getting attacked. By peasant spearmen from behind, but they also got the yellow turban spearmen. 1 unit, as well as some yellow turban warriors attacking them. And there is actually even a smaller unit here of enemy I did not see. Sioux veterans and 2 saber militia. Yeah, I also have one of my generals nearby, which is boosting. And my archers are going to town here on the enemy right flank. Some of the battles that were taking place, but really not able to do much. Even some of my units here, though, are fairly wavering. One of them, Military Warrior Spearman unit, or Peasant Spearman unit. That'd be it. You can see the enemies just getting hit here by a lot of different arrow fire. And it's just too much. Now the enemy is getting hit on the left flank. My bows have shifted fire. And is that Guan Yu still alive? Oh, that is unbelievable. I cannot believe that. And again, and the enemy general is down. Guan Yu has fallen. So, finally, holy, that was needed. Because at the rate of the beginning of the game, I sent all 3 of my generals after him. And he had like less than 20% health. And at the end of it, boom, one of my generals had either retreated or fell, and the other 2 had way low health. That's just it. Just like, it's the way we feel. Oh well. Alright, fine. That's what Alex said. Well, alright then. Well, that is pretty much it. True, kind of, yeah. You can see the battle here. Right over here. Really good. Clean victory, close victory, and battle. Enemy didn't have a sniff on this one. Our bowmen really doing really well. They almost got about 1,600, 1,700 apiece. I know together, not a piece. 1,700 together. 6 units. Really worked well.
Justice cannot be
Guan Yu
denied.
is resilient. Wounded in battle, though. The enemy generals... Luckily, all 3 of my generals are fine, so that was decent. They lost 2,375 off 2,688. Not leaving much room to breathe. And Kong Rong isn't attacked yet, but he's shifted a bit. He's trying to compensate for that southern attack that's potentially going to happen. So I think I'm going to leave it right here. As Dongmin, the faction is destroyed. Dongmin loses. Gongdu is victorious and has claimed a decent-sized chunk of China. Look at that. Way off to the northwest. You just look at that. Really well fortified, well situated. And I'm wondering what the south of China looks like. It must be all like Kingdom of Wu. Is that it? Must be. And Kingdom of Wei. I'm guessing the Kingdom of Wei goes all the way down. Han Empire must own still some decent territory. Still to the south, I see them. Interesting that Dongmin, which was formerly Dongzhou, is still in the running though. Still around. So I'm going to leave off over here again. Still that standoff in Shangyong Pass. And right over to the east, you can see multiple armies emerging from Liu Bei. You can see Xu Huang, Feng Zhao, or is it Feng Zhao? Feng Shua. as well as Guan Yu kind of retreating and licking his wounds after that last battle. And then, yeah, Kingdom of Song still kind of filtering through, sending in a single army, you know, to kind of try and attack us. And this one guy's been this one general's been sitting here for how long now? So, yeah. Thanks for joining.